Are Helblaster volley guns any good? This one's an odd man out in the Empire roster, and probably always will be. It's probably doomed to be overlooked by rocket lovers everywhere, and hey, I love rockets too. Boom bada boom. That said, for a specific problem, the Helblaster is the scalpel you need. Please like, subscribe, comment, and consider donating to my Ko-Fi page so I can afford the Helblaster's recruit cost too. Or maybe an alias microphone. The Helblaster costs $10.50 in campaign to recruit, slightly more than in multi, and so upkeep is $263 by default. 4 volley guns come in with 4,356 hit points spread through the unit. Armor is 20 or paper thin for the crew. Leadership is 50, artillery standard. Speed is 20, artillery standard. And melee stats are in the Sigmar no, don't even think about melee category. So, onto ranged. Ammunition is 22 volleys by default, an oft-used number. Range is 290, which isn't short, but which is considerably shorter than what cannons and Hellstorm launchers can do. Missile damage is officially listed as 675, but each actual round will do 18 base damage and 57 armor piercing. Of course, they're named volley guns for a reason, so each volley has 9 shots in it. Reload time is 10, and of course a volley must be completely done before a reload begins, but they don't take that long. Total accuracy is 30 by default, which is 50% better than the standard number, and goes up by the usual amount as the unit gains XP chevrons. Calibration distance is 275, which is pretty insane for a unit with 290 range total. Calibration area is 7, which means there is quite a bit of spread, but you're still going to be aimed in the right general direction. As for how it behaves, well, since time immemorial, from the dark ages of Warhammer 1, the guns tend to fire at the edge of a unit, which isn't an ideal for wrecking face. Ideally, you're firing across a unit. Second best is firing at a diagonal angle. Keep this broadly in mind as we continue. The Helblaster is affected by Imperial gunnery in the Lord Red Line, gaining a maximum of plus 20% ammunition and plus 8% missile strength. Artillery Master gives rank 7 Helblaster crews another plus 20% ammo, plus 12% missile strength, and 10% reload time reduction, which is all very solid. The Tech Tree offers 8% more reload time reduction, 8% more weapon strength, and 10% more ammo, plus higher recruit rank, in common with most artillery units. This is all quite good and potent. So with all that out of the way, we get to a simple issue. How do you use these guns? You use volley guns to torment the living chaos out of anything armored, preferably from a safe distance. You target the most troublesome target, be it a giant, dragon, or blackguard of Naggarond, or, if you can actually get a firing solution, elite cavalry. Obviously, the number one problem with this is that you can't fire through your own units. Obviously, the number 2 problem is that it's an artillery unit and repositioning is slow and painful. Obviously, the number 3 problem is that it is a gunpowder style unit and therefore needs a gap in a line to be used at maximum effectiveness, unless literally firing at enemies in flight, and those tend to dive bomb artillery. And yet, and for all that, the Helblaster's potential offensive output is utterly ridiculous. Like most Empire devices, you don't doomstack something like this, but you don't need to. It's dangerous to replace things like standard handgunners with them. True, but in many battles, you'll get a lot more out of these than you would the handgunners. This may be rapid fire, but the real strength is that it is an artillery unit. The shots cannot be blocked by shields of any kind, while mortars make sport of lightly armored shielded troops like Elven Spearmen. The Helblaster can do exactly the same with Silver Shield grade heavy infantry, say, Infernal Ironsworn. The more heavily armored, and slower, the unit, the more the Helblaster is a hard counter to it. At least once you get around the whole firing at the edge thing. Honestly, they're powerful enough out of the box, throwing all the red line and tech upgrades on top of them just make them feel amazing. And single entities don't have edges to their formation, being single entities, so let the volley guns rip. Take care, and have fun making those amazing looking Zine shields completely useless! Love the aesthetic, but fashion doesn't always win, guys.